What is up, PokeBattlers? This is Rooney134 here, bringing you another Pokemon White battle. It was against a good friend of mine, TeamPokePolice, and it was just a standard match, and it was actually a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. So let's get it started. So he's going to lead off with his Garchomp, which is okay, and then I lead off with my Whimsicott, which is even more awesome because I have the Prankster ability, which means I can hack anyone to death. What? Yeah, basically. So I go for the switcheroo. I got his leftovers and he gets my choice band. So now that thing's choice banded, I'm not really worried about it at all. So I go into my Caesar, basically get a free Swords Dance up if he wants to set up the Stealth Rocks, which he did. So awesome. I go for my Swords Dance on the switch and he goes into his Garchomp. Now, after a Swords Dance, Caesar's attack is like infinite, so I go for a Bullet Punch. I was hoping it would KO, but then again, I guess I underestimated Garchomp's defenses a little bit, so it does survive. And he went for the Fire Blast, which really surprised me. I was expecting maybe like an Earthquake or something, and which I wouldn't mind taking because Caesar can take those all day, but he actually had Fire Blast, but I barely survived thanks to the special defense I have invested in this thing. But unfortunately, he's going to switch in his Ferrothorn because he doesn't want his Garchomp to die quite yet, and it's going to basically force me to kill myself because of the Iron Barbs ability he has. So yeah, after the Brick Break we both die, so that kind of sucks. But it forces another blind switch, so I have to go back into my Whimsicott now, and he goes into his Ambipom. And I already know he's going to go for the Fake Out. And just in case he wanted to stay in and try to finish off my Whimsicott with his Ambipom, I decided to go for the Cotton Guard to raise my defense like hell of stages. So he ends up going for the U-turn actually, so that's pretty okay. After that defense boost I got, it's actually not going to do too much damage at all, even though it's super effective. So he's going to U-turn out and go into Togekiss now, which is kind of bad actually, because yeah, it's Togekiss. It can set up nasty plots and stuff like that. But I just go for my Toxic, and he's going to go for the Air Slash. But it's pretty good that I got this thing Toxic, because now it's not that big of a threat, because it's just going to be racking up Toxic damage like every turn. So I go to my Uxie. I'm not really too worried about anything that thing can do to my Uxie. I mean, it has Air Slash, which it can flinch me to death, but at the same time, he's taking Toxic damage. And I decided to set up a late game Stealth Rocks thing right here. I don't know why, just to do it. Stealth Rocks are cool, I guess. And after I set up some Stealth Rocks, it's going to go for the Air Slash, and it's going to do pretty decent damage. I'm actually took it better than I thought I would, and I actually don't get the flinch, and I go for a U-turn. And I'm going to go U-turn out into my Jolteon because it can resist the Air Slash and stuff like that, and I'm faster than Togekiss, so that's awesome. I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt, and even if he does want to switch into Garchomp, I actually am Life Orbed, so I can just, I don't know. Well, actually, if that Garchomp is Scarfed, I don't know if I can do it too much to it, but who cares? He ends up staying in anyway. I end up killing the Togekiss with Thunderbolt, so that's awesome. He does go into Ambipom now, and I know I can live one Fake Out, at least one Fake Out, so that's awesome. I do live it, and I go for some Thunderbolt now, but he switches into Garchomp, which kind of sucks. So he actually switches again, though, which really surprised me. I just left my Jolteon in to die, but I went for the Shadow Ball, and it actually hits the Deoxys defense and does pretty decent damage. It leaves it about half after the Stealth Rocks damage and stuff like that. Plus I get the special defense drop. And I go for the Signal Beam here, just in case he wanted to switch back into Ambipom, predicting another Shadow Ball. So that's pretty epic. He stays in though anyway, so it didn't really matter, and dies. So good times. I died in my Life Orb now, so I go back into my Uxie. And he goes into Garchomp now. I'm not worried at all with this thing, because I'm levitating. He can't hit me with any Earthquake or anything like that. But he does go for the Dragon Claw, which I survived with 18 hit points, and I go for some Psychic to kill him. That was pretty epic. I love Uxie, so awesome. I can't believe it lived that. I thought I was going to die. Anywho, he goes for the Fake Out now on his Ambipom, which is going to unfortunately KO. Well, yeah, I had really no choice but to leave him in there to die. So I go to my Crocodile, which is Choice Scarfed, and I'm just going to go for some Outrage to set up a little late game sweep right here. So I get some Moxie boost, and then his last Pokemon is the Sceptile, and after a boost from Moxie and the Outrage being as powerful as it is, it's not going to be able to survive it, and it's going to win me the game. So, great game, Team PokePolice. We have to battle again sometime, dude. So yeah, PokeBattlers, I hope you enjoyed this match, and thank you guys for watching. Peace out.